Drought is sometimes called the creeping natural disaster. Beginning of a drought sneaks up, and then it can last years or decades. And the change is often so gradual, it's hard to spot. We sometimes frame drought through the familiar lenses of Colorado's water or wildfires. There's a climatologist in our state trying to refocus the drought conversation around agriculture. Here's meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen.
We show drought maps like this one on 9 News frequently to illustrate how the natural disaster is moving through the state. A lot of attention is focused right here on the Front Range, where water supplies are dwindling and wildfire concern is year-long. But originally, drought indices were developed to show impacts to agriculture. While the focus may be broadening as the urban center sprawls, some of the biggest drought impacts are still out here east of DIA.
A lot of what goes on east of DIA ultimately revolves around the almighty cheeseburger in a way.
Peter Goebel with the Colorado Climate Center says drought impacts Colorado cattle, and a lot of Colorado crops go to feed the cattle. According to the USDA, Colorado farmers produced about $760 million in corn and wheat last year. Goebel says drought is a slow-moving storm that's attacking Colorado agriculture.
It can be really difficult to weather that storm financially, and it can be really difficult to weather that storm psychologically.
With that in mind, he created a new drought monitor that can be geared specifically to each individual crop. Look at this example from last September. The frequently used U.S. Drought Monitor shows some level 3 drought in northeast Colorado. But Goebel's map shows that Colorado corn farmers were getting hit hard by level 4 drought at that time. Goebel's formula uses temperature data to estimate when each crop will hit the part of its growth cycle that needs the most water.
And that's going to drive what we ultimately use as our transpiration number, or how much water we expect the plant is losing.
He says this crop-specific drought data could help farmers predict losses, and it could also help better inform the community about how the drought is hurting farmers. Meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen for Next.
Now, this product's still in the experimental phase, but since the Colorado Climate Center has direct input on the U.S. Drought Monitor, you may start to see those crop-specific maps showing up here on 9 News.